My name's John Garlich. I'm a part owner with my wife. We own BookCliff Vineyards, which is a winery here in Boulder, and our vineyards are over in Palisade. Here in Boulder, we produce the wine, so the grapes are brought over, trucked overnight and during the harvest season, and we crush the grapes here, take the stems out and either press them off right away for white wine or go through a fermentation stage with the skins if for red wine. And so we take it through all the way through the process to bottling, and we actually do sales here as well. So it's a place for people to visit and try the wine before they buy. Well, we got started because we love wine. Bad reason to get into the business, but that's kind of the standard story. But yeah, Colorado, it can do wonders for making wine. It's a great environment, although limited. But basically we got started 21 years ago. We bought an old peach orchard and converted it to grapes, and slowly kind of built ourselves up. We sold grapes to other wineries mainly, and now we produce about half of what we grow. So we produce about 5,000 cases. Incredible wine could be made in Colorado. You know, we've seen glimpses of it. I think we still have room for getting better, but I think already we've made a mark. Just recently I saw that we're in a guide for wineries all around the world, and Colorado is ranked fairly well amongst the other states. It's one of the few states beyond California and Oregon and New York State that had actual rated wineries, and BookCliff was one of them, so we're pretty proud of that. You know, the winemaking business, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it quite a bit, but it's a tough business. It's a lot of wine all around the world. And so as an actual profit-making business, it's not easy. Especially in Colorado, people haven't woken up to the fact that we can produce great wines. And so we don't get a particular tourist traffic that's, you know, focused on wine. You know, it's more incidental, people visiting. Hey, there's a winery, let's go check it out. And they're always surprised. It's fun to see people from California try the wine and they're like, wow, you guys can do this. You know, we've had lots of Napa winemakers or California winemakers come and buy our wine or just come visit to see what's happening. They've heard about what's going on in Colorado, and I think that's really neat that the word's kind of getting out, at least amongst the professionals. And eventually, you know, it'll help that word will get out amongst the consumers, but it's just taking time. One thing that I've learned is it takes patience. You know, it's not a quick process, winemaking. It takes at least a year to 2 years from point of harvest to the point of bottling and releasing the bottle of wine to the public. And so, and you only get to make wine once a year, you know, each harvest. And so it's a very slow learning process. It takes a long time to build up the experience. It takes many years from trying one thing versus another thing and seeing what works best. And it takes a whole another year before you're able to try that again and modify it. So it's a long process. You know, my advice for people getting into the business of wine is just to get out. One, taste a lot of wine. There's nothing that beats the experience of actually tasting and knowing what different regions of the world, how they affect the wine and different varieties, how they express themselves in different areas. And then to dig into it deeper is to actually go work. Wineries often accept volunteers to come help with either the harvest or bottling or any of those activities, and it gives you a chance to see kind of behind the scenes what's going on, and would provide a lot of insight, which is fantastic here in Colorado, that we have some really good wineries on the Front Range that students could come visit and, you know, potentially do some volunteer work and learn a lot that way, I believe.